Yeah.
Unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united.
Right, by honor, be not. What does it say?
Be not thou united.
Be not thou united, and that's why the Haitians and the so-called Haitian people and the so-called Dominicans, they don't get along. They have this beef between one another. Heritage, they live on the same goddamn island, but yet they have their differences. They have that beef. Okay, but that goes back to the curses, so. Okay, that would happen in the last days to the Israelites. So that's showing you that those people over there in the land of the Israeli land, I call it, or the Israelis, they're not the Israelites. They're nothing but imposters, because they don't fit under the prophecies. When you read about the prophecies in Genesis, Deuteronomy, etc., those individuals or those particular people do not fit the bill. They don't fit the prophecies. Okay, I'm talking about those Jewish Simeonites. They don't fit the prophecies at all. All right, and even their almanac, their Jewish, so-called Jewish almanac, even tells them that their line don't even go back to Jacob. So check that out. Okay, the real Jews are these people on the side, man. The so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Those are the people that fit the prophecies to the T. Go on. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we was going into, I was reading an article. He was reading Matthew 24.
I say in Matthew chapter 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Right, you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. That's why we're hearing things such as World War III happen. North Korea, if it's not North Korea, then it's Syria. Okay, and etc. So these are the things that this is what Yahweh Shah prophesied about. Okay, what do I mean by Yahweh Shah? I'm talking about who the world called Jesus Christ, which he was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Okay, so let's just get that straight going.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass,
right?
But the end is not yet.
Yeah, so it says all these things must come to pass. You're gonna have wars and rumors of wars, and then all of these things that you're hearing about are gonna come to pass. So brother, so what's your nationality? Yeah. Okay. Well, you two are Israelites. You two are the real Jews that the Bible speaks about. And the reason why we're out here is the fact to let our people know that they're gonna repent back to the Lord before the destruction comes. What's going to happen is you're going to have a nuclear war that's going to happen out here. Okay.
Definitely going to be a nuclear war. The way things are happening.
Yeah. So basically, this guy right here, he would be from the tribe of what? Simeon. And you be from the tribe of Benjamin.
Yeah.
Now one guy came up and he said, well, why would you put West Indian there for? Because we want to specify even more. Although the Dominicans are in the Western Islands, but West Indian, the reason why we deal with these people, the reason why we have this here, because these people, which is what the people from Trinidad, people from Jamaica, St. Croix, you know, etc., Barbados, they have the same spirit, rather than the Haitian people, okay? So that's why we put that there. Go on.
Luke chapter 21 verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
So that's referring to that nuclear war, and you're gonna have race riots as well as it's happening right now on a gradual scale. Yeah, so if you look across the world, what's going on in America, I'm pretty sure you know about the Charleston situations.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. I've heard, is that the thing where they have the children in the islands?
No, what it was, it had something to do with some statue, some Confederate statue that they took it down.
Yeah.
So the Confederate, which are, you know, the so-called white people.
Oh, the Virginia thing.
Right.
Nah, I know about that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know. The president didn't even say anything about it. Like.
Well, actually, he did. He said something to the effect of how the whole white supremacist movement is a Nazi disgusting thing, but he's already down with it. You know what I mean? Because they all have an agenda. The prime ministers, their agenda is to divide the people, to cause the race riots in the first place. So they down with it.
I think the thing about Trump is that he said what he was going to do. Like, he said from the day, he's like, I'm going to kick these people out of the country. I don't know, like, they still run with it.
Yeah.
Americans. Obviously not you yourself, but
Yeah. America's going downhill though. They're going.
Verse 9, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified.
Yeah, so it says when you shall hear wars and commotions, we're hearing about a nuclear war. We're also hearing about commotions. Like we was talking about just a moment ago about what's going on in America between the race rioting situation and the racial situation. So that's the commotions and other things too. Like how people are complaining about the austerity measures, protesting. So this is all involved in prophecy. But it's really to indicate the end times of this world, pretty much.
I'm just taking pictures. I'm gonna do some research.
Just a sign.
I'm gonna take some research.
For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by.
Right.
Verse 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations.
That's what we have today.
Perplexity.
People are depressed more than ever before. Things are not getting any better, and it says, read the verse when it speaks about the moon.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon.
Right, so there should be signs in the sun and in the moon. Because if you notice, nowadays you have red moons. Okay, you have blood moons and blue moons.
I had one like 2-3 days ago. I've seen it.
Yep, an eclipse, etc.
Yeah, there is actually going to be. I think it's in August.
Yeah, so
and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations.
Yeah, and upon the earth distress upon nations. Like I was saying before, I'm gonna say it again. That's why people are protesting than never before. They're complaining about this and they're complaining about that. And I understand because the economy is not as the same as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Everything's dwindling apart. The money's not the power of the dollar is dwindling apart, and the different currencies around the world. Because the thing with the currencies, like for example, let's say now you're Venezuela. And your currency is linked with, let's just say, the American currency. Now, if the American currency devaluates, then your currency is going to devalue. And therefore, you're going to have hyperinflation or deflation, so to speak. You know, so that's what's going on right now. And that's why in Venezuela, if you notice, people are so hungry that they're basically starving their asses off and they're eating each other. Why? Because of inflation. Because when your money is devaluating, the price of your goods skyrocket, so to speak. But it's going to happen all over, pretty much.
The sea and the waves roaring.
But do you believe that someone's trying to control that? It's some kind of like economic control over the country?
Oh yeah, of
and if
course.
so, who do you believe is?
Well, really, I'm gonna go higher than the people that control this thing. The Most High controls this thing. Because what you have to understand is that let's just read this first. Let's read this. Because I'm talking a bit too much. You gotta let me get the scriptures, you know.
This is excuse me. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
There you go. Okay. So the power of the earth is in the hands of the Most High. So the reason why, if you notice, there's a lot of people, we've been going through a lot. Slavery, self-hate, self-hate. But where was that self-hate manufactured?
Right now, it's like, I don't even know. It's some kind of...
It's madness.
It's different, obviously, country to country. I feel like in this country, it's institutionalized racism, obviously. You know what I mean? It's not in your face, like in America, it's different.
Yeah.
But it's definitely still present.
Oh, yeah.
Like here, it's in your face now.
Well, actually, you know what, though? It's gradually becoming like America, because we've been out here for years, and we've had these little bar triggers talk shit, call us, niggas and all of that stuff, but we deal with it because, hey, that's what the men of the Lord gotta do, It's what it is. But really, we're out here for y'all, for brothers like you guys, man, to let you guys know that you're not gonna be all up in a low position forever and ever. There's gonna come a time where we're gonna get it together. We're gonna be reigning over these other nations, So you're going.
Sirach 11, verse 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death.
Yeah, life and death.
Poverty and riches come of the Lord.
It all comes from the Lord. So being us that we're in the dilapidated state, that's because we're under the curses. Why are we under the curses? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. That was a very good precept.
Deuteronomy.
And if you got a precept, bro, you can bring it out too.
28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh.
Matter of fact, read the verse first, so he can understand.
28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass if thou shall hearken diligently.
Matter of fact, I tell you what, drop that. Oh, Salaki, sorry for that. If you want to and then go to the ground.
Deuteronomy 1
Yeah,
1. This is Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness.
Yeah, because we have to understand, when you read the book of Deuteronomy, it's a whole book. It's a whole book, really, the book which was written to our people, the Israelites, and what would happen to them in the last days, and if they didn't do this or if they didn't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward to 28 now.
28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy God will set thee on high.
Yeah, he would set us up above all the other nations of the earth. Because it tells you in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter that when, okay, go on.
Set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right, because that's our God-given right. Why is that our God-given right? Because when you go back to the covenant, where was the covenant sprang from? It sprang from Abraham, Isaac, and who? Jacob. Which we are the descendants of Jacob. Go on.
And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power.
Now I want you to be honest with me, right? I want you to be honest with me, brother. Now, in terms of the conditions of our own people, are we blessed?
I don't know.
I want a yes or no answer.
You feel like we're blessed? Do you feel like we're blessed to obviously survive as a race? The adversity that we face?
But you know what though?
Me personally, we're not where I would like us to be. Like, you know what I mean? I want us to be there's too much stupidness going on. There's too much stupidness going on. Way too much.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's disgusting.
It's really bad. But what I was saying is well, really, I'll say this, is when you look up the word blessed, means to bow. Someone that bows down to you. So that was the position that we were supposed to be given at the time. You know, but we messed up. And because we messed up, now we're going to read this now.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curses shall thou be in the city, and curses shall thou be in the field.
So first things first, it says curses shall be in the city. Now, we look at all these people who go around here. Yeah, so when you look at all these people on the side here.
Sorry, I've got to go. It's been like hell of my guy, so.
Alright, man, but just one thing.
Here, so if I see you out here again, I'm gonna come again. I'll literally work there at Crossroads Pizza, and if you got spare time, just go get some lunch. I'll send half price, I'll give it to you.
Alright.
Half price,
Okay.
Pizza. But literally, I don't know if it's the camera, but
But you know what though, before you go, I want to read one verse and then we can just go real quick.
37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a prophet, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Yeah, meaning pretty much on the other nations they're gonna have like a derogatory term for you. Right, you're black, what is it, Negro, all these different, terminologies. And another thing too, I wanted to break down what it says in that. It says in the film, right? It says something about the film.
Verse 16, curses shall not be in the city, and curses shall not be in the field.
Yeah, so when you look at the term field means the whole entire world. It says in every city you shall be cursed, meaning in every province or city you're going to be in the ghettos. Okay, everywhere you see our people are at, these particular people that serve in the transatlantic slave trade, or that belong to these people, they're suffering like hell. They're in the ghetto. Okay, there's divisions, there's gang violence, there's a lot of self-hatred, a lot of foolishness, like you said, But that's because we're under the curses right now, because we didn't keep the commandments of the Most High. That's why. But that don't mean that we're always going to be down and out. And this is why who the word called Jesus Christ came on the scene to redeem us back, to the Most High, and to bring us back in that high stead again. Okay. But what you need to know, is you're above all these other people. Now the word have told you that everybody's equal.
But I feel like it's not good. have that mindset in your head that you're God. Even though obviously I understand, it's like in moderation, you know what I mean? Because surely if you go around thinking like that, it's going to corrupt your mind.
Well, not necessarily, because I mean, well, in a sense, you're right. You're right about that position. You say not to be prideful, but we're supposed to have a level of what is it? You know, morals. You're supposed to have some level of morals about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm letting you know is that our people are the chosen people of God, and we're naturally above all these other people. Okay, now there's a difference between being proud against your own people rather than being proud against the other nations. Okay, because they're proud against you. That's why it tells you right there, it says, some of the other nations shall look upon thee with astonishment.
One more verse. This is Zechariah chapter 8 verse 13. And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and the house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
And that's happening right now. We're a curse amongst the nations.
What book is this called as well?
Oh, this is the Bible, the Holy Bible.
Oh, it's the Bible. What Israelites, right? I've heard the list, but I won't call me a list, but I don't understand it. So I'm going to do a lot of research. I've taken a picture of this now. That's it. I'll be around this area, yeah. So
Okay.
They gotta save you.
Thank you, guys.
Alright, man. But yeah, I mean, if they say we're racist and he wants to follow underneath them, you know, if that's what he wants to do, then that's his thing right there. But I mean, at the end of the day, if he's a part of the elect, he's gonna forsake what they saying. He's gonna come under the umbrella of the truth, you know, because he's the elect. So the Lord already got the elect sealed to come into this thing anyway. I'm gonna just hold this right now. Make sure you hold it out to the best of ability.
It's Jeremiah 29 and 11. For I know the thought that I think toward you, saith Yahweh, are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you, and ye shall seek me, and find me, and ye shall search for me with all your heart, and I will be found of you, saith Yahweh, and I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all nations, and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith Yahweh, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive.
And that's it on that. I don't have to break that down.
What verse is it?
Jeremiah 29 from 11.
29.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have to break that down. That's self-explanatory, man. You know, the Lord is going to recover his people from all around the earth, man. So, you know, but the point I want to get back on is these empires, man. This particular world that we're living in right now, because this society is on its way out. This is a society that was risen back up. Okay, because during the time, 2,000 years ago, you had a society or a world called the Roman Empire. We're living in that same setup all over again, but it's just different nowadays because of the technology and other things, you know. But it's the same thing. But the point of the matter is that this society is going to go through an economic turmoil and a nuclear thermal war. We're going. Matter of fact, let me read this. Yeah, so it says, you're going back to the point at hand. This is actually, you know, you was reading your precept first. Yeah, read that.
This is Luke 21, verse 26.
Yeah.
Because it says at the scene of waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah, because they're going to see the Lord in all of these different unusual sightings all around the world. And they're going to be shitting their pants, literally. Okay? Like we say up north, they're going to be shitting bricks. So, I mean, it's going to get so bad out here that people are going to just resort to this balance because of panic and fear. Because you're going to have martial law and all of these different things that we keep talking about. You understand? And then you're going to have the Lord, he's going to come through with the angels and the different type of UFOs, so-called, because he called them the IFOs. Because we can identify those particular objects that's in the sky. They're known as the angels of God. Okay? And they're going to make their appearance. And they're going to get busy. Pretty much, man. They're gonna add insult to injury. So go on.
It said, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Right, meaning the different. It's just that the powers of heaven. What is that talking about? The different governments around the world. The power they're gonna shake because you're gonna see the real power, which is the Son, the Spirit, and how it's shut. When He comes down and He declares His presence on the earth, the real power, the real Slakia. All of the governments around the world, whether it be the government of China, the government of Japan, the government of Russia, etc., all these different governments, they're going to be shitting bricks when they see the real power coming down. And they're going to be shaking and trembling. Okay, because they're going to understand and know that another force is coming in effect against them. That's why my man, what's the dude's name? Ronald Reagan, he said, he made a speech about how, you know, he made a speech in the Congress, and he said something to the effect of how, you know, all of us we would have to come to the conclusion that we're all human beings, and we have to put aside our differences. And if he was to witness a different power coming from a different galaxy, put our differences aside and rise up against those powers. That's what he was really saying. Roughly paraphrasing the speech that he gave them. So all of the different powers on the earth, the elites around the world, they know about how the Lord is coming back. Okay, and you can even read certain articles on that too. You got certain people that are part of the military, okay, or that are part of the technology. They're preparing for, as they say, an alien invasion. Okay, you can read articles on how certain ones of these higher up bankers, okay, the ones that are involved in the technology of war, they're preparing for an alien invasion. Okay, so why are they preparing for an alien invasion? Why? Because they know that another entity is going to come against this earth. But it's all written in prophecy, because it tells you in Revelation 1 how the Lord is going to come with the thousands of heaven. Okay, you're going.
Reading on, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption is nigh.
You see that? So it tells you right there how the clouds of heaven are going to come about. So this is why the ones that are insiders are preparing for what they call an alien invasion. Because they know that Yahweh is coming back with the clouds. Okay, give me Revelations on the first chapter.
No cold. No cold.
Well, it's cold. It is cold, but it's a nice cold. You know, once it gets colder, then I'm going to be in shit.
Revelation 1 verse 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
Yep, it says every eye shall see him. Because how's every eye going to see him? Because Yahweh Shai, he's going to come with the multitude. And he's going to come with his chariot, which is going to cover the whole earth. It tells you that in, what is it, Ezra's the 13th chapter. Okay, how Ezra saw this big mountain and it removed itself. So that's how every eye's going to see him. But guess what, baby? The Lord is going to come in the midst of this nuclear war. Which now what we're going to do is we're going to revert back to what you was reading before, 21.
And he spake to them a parable.
Yeah.
Verse 29. Behold the fig tree and all the trees.
Right, the fig tree and all of the trees going.
When they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand.
So what is the summer referring to? The summer is referring to the prophecies that are coming to pass. So we know that the leaves, what is it? Leaves spring up. We know that summer is not. Read that verse again. I might have misquoted it.
It said, verse 29, and he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees. They now shoot forth. You see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand.
Read that verse again. I wasn't listening.
And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees.
Right, the fig tree and all of the trees going.
When they now shoot forth.
Right, and they now shoot forth going.
You see a note of your own selves,
Right.
that summer is now nigh at hand.
There you go. So when you start seeing those fig trees and all of those trees that is mentioned in there, know that the summer is not. So how do we know that the summer is not? By the prophecies. What is the summer talking about? The summer is talking about the ending of this revival of ancient Rome. Okay? That's what it's talking about. So we know that that time is coming up in effect. Why? Because we see the signs that are there. The signs are shown forth. We see the microchip. We see the distress amongst the people, protesting. All of these different type of things we see. Okay? And we also, us out here, when we teach the word, we also experience on how we have scoffers and scorners that come up here and they talk shit. As it states in, what is it, 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter. Okay, you're gonna have scoffers and scorners walking after their own lust. And guess what, those scoffers and scorners, they're gonna be destroyed by the Lord for coming up against the men of the Lord. You see, so everything has to be fulfilled. And we're living in the fulfillment of those prophecies which are indicating the end of this world. Okay? That's the whole thing. You're going.
So second Ezra 9 and 1 says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Beautiful.
And when thou seest part of the signs past.
Because how are you going to see the signs by watching Coronation Street? How are you going to see the signs by sitting on your eyes watching EastEnders? You're not going to see the signs there. You're going to see the signs reading the scriptures and watching the news. That's how you're going to see the signs. And another way you're going to see the signs is that the Lord gave you the mind capability to see those signs. Okay, if you all cooped up in some old stupid club, okay, down in Brixton or down here somewhere, whatever club they got going on there, you ain't being diligent enough in seeking for the signs. Okay? People that do their day-to-day thing in this particular world, they're really just doing their day-to-day thing because they're just regular folk, man. You understand? The Lord ain't setting up, the Lord ain't trying to wake up everybody. You got certain spirits out here that are set up to wake up, and you got certain spirits out here that are set up to be blind bats. Okay, so we're not gonna get mad if we don't get a crowd of people, or our people in general. Okay, you're going to read that.
When thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
There you go. So it says the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Now, now to understand that, that's talking about Yahweh Shai, because why do I say that? Because basically he was the spirit, as it tells you in John 1 and 1, and other spirits that created the earth. Okay? But that's going in deep into something else though. But the point of the matter is Yahweh Shai is going to visit the earth. Okay? And by him doing that, how do we know that he's going to do that? Excuse me. By seeing the different prophecies, the end time prophecies, which is the microchip technology, the distress amongst nations, the waves roaring. Okay? And I mean, all of the things that involve what this Bible is saying, we're seeing it in live and living color. So that's showing you right there that we're at the end of this world, right? Okay, now you had a lot, I'm gonna say this. Because you got people that will say, well, I'm older than you, and people have been saying, well, the end was gonna come in our time, in their time, so why are you saying that the end is gonna come? Well, in your time, the prophecies weren't kicking off at that time. All right, people were just making up stuff. But how do we know that we're literally living in the end? Because we're seeing the signs come in effect. We're seeing the things spoken of by the Lord himself come in effect in this society. So that's why we can say we're at the end. We're not just saying it just to say because we feel like it or we had a vision. No, we're saying it because these are the things that are spoken. And we're seeing those things that were spoken 2,000 years ago. Go on.
Matthew 24 verse 25. Behold, I have told you before.
Right.
Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
Yep.
Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not.
Yeah, so that's what that's going into. Because when Yahweh Shai comes, he's going to come with the innumerable amount of angels, so-called UFOs, as the world calls it, right? And what he's going to do is he's going to laser zap everybody in this mother, okay? That's what's going to go down. So we're going by what's already written. We're not going by what some old geezer sit in the corner. We're going by what's already written.
Yeah, finish.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Back to 2nd Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
uproars of the people in the world. Go on.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee.
That's it. So everything that's happening right now, all of the prophecies that we see happening today, right now, all these things were already foretold to begin to happen way before our time. Okay, so what Ezra said, the prophet Ezra said, he said, if you see these signs that I spoke to you about, know that the time is near for the highest to begin to visit the world which he made.